Heyho Friends, welcome to my channel. In this video, I am going to show you my PVE build of Rogue's hero class, Kafra. Kafra is a magic DPS and support class that can deal nice damage and provide her teammates with heals and other various buffs. The special thing about Kafra is a rotating stage in which enemies get hit and teammates get heals, while Kafra herself can do any other things and can move freely. Can this build compete with another PVE classes? Let's find out together. Before we start, don't forget to show some love, like and subscribe. Alright, let's do this! First of all, I'm going to show you how the stats should be distributed and which attributes are important for instances. Strength improves the damage of your flying spike mace, so max this out. Luck improves your magic crit damage when you use magic crit damage equipments and card like Shepherd Star card and Encomnia's back headgear, so max this out too. Int is your basic stats to boost your magic attack, so you can put the remaining points here to improve your damage. Alternatively, you can put some points to Fit to increase both your max HP and your heal from your flying spike mace. For legend instances, you need following requirements. Thanks to Kafra's passive skill, you need 20% less element damage and magic penetration for the instance requirements. In the following, you can see all my stats and attributes. For hero classes, you can max out all the skills. All skills can be leveled up with skill points except for the core skill, which can be leveled up only by activating Rune's second line. Heartbeat Support Activate is Kafra's core skill, improving the radius of her main skill rotating stage by up to 2.8 meters. Kafra's movement speed will be fixed while using rotating stage, but the higher the core level, the more her fixed movement speed will be. At core level 4, all your skills will have 15% less cooldown, including attack interval of her flying spike mace. At max core level, the rotating stage provides you with a gift called Kafra Package, which spawns within 5 meters every 15 seconds. After picking up the gift, the effect of your passive skill Love's Magic Spin will be doubled, and all your single target skill will be AoE within the rotating stage for 10 seconds. Rotating stage is Kafra's main skill, summoning a stage around herself for 5 minutes. Within the stage, Tooth of Warg attacks one random enemy every second, healing one random teammate every 3 seconds, and attacking all enemies and healing all your teammates, including yourself, within the stage every 5 seconds. The mace itself based on strength for attack and strength and fit for heal. That's why it's important to improve your strength in general. Professional Alignment converts your element and one teammate's element in one of your chosen element. The corresponding element is also increased by 20%. The convert also works for teammates' force element. For example, you can convert Liu Maoxing fire and water skill to holy element, or Ronin fire or holy skill to water. Delivery Exception deals magic damage every second for 5 seconds to one enemy. Kafra can also deal more damage to that enemy thanks to her rune. Overloaded Support improves your rotating stage and expands the area by 3 meters for 15 seconds. In overload state, your and your teammates' movement speed is increased by 50% and your Tooth of War frequency is doubled. In addition, if you are killed in that state, you will be dead only after the buff ends. Storage Service is your anti-fatal skill. Kafra summons a warehouse, basically a big mimic chest monster, in which you or your teammate can enter to be invulnerable for 5 seconds. The warehouse can also activate for your teammate within rotating stage and revive them automatically if they die. The only downside of this skill is its cooldown time of 15 seconds after each activation. The skill is still very helpful in my opinion, especially against instant kill attacks. Take a small taste is a buff for your teammate or a debuff for your enemies. Your teammate can gain 6 stacks of food buffs for 15 seconds if used on them. And if used on enemies, you can steal 5 dispellable buff effects from them. In the following, you can see the possibilities of food effects that your teammates can get. Whoosh, Kafra takes action, restores your targeted teammates' HP and SP percentage every second for 10 seconds. Teleport Service is a teleport skill for you and your teammate within the range of rotating stage. Love's Magic Spin improves your skill damage reduction, and auto attack damage reduction by 30% when rotating stage is activated. Your skill damage can be increased even further by 3% for each teammate within the stage. For your teammate, on the other hand, within the rotating stage, they can get more attack and magic attack based on Kafra's attack and magic attack. Special Discipline mode allows you to deal more damage to monsters and ignore 20% of some targets reduction, including race, element, and magic reduction. Thanks to this, your Kafra needs 20% less race damage, element damage, and magic penetration for requirement in instances. Kafra Premium Privilege increases buff effects and health recovery from Kafra to your teammate after using a single target buff to your teammate. Automatic Renewal improves the duration of Kafra's buffs and debuffs by 30%. Additionally, those effects can be reapplied automatically if they are dispelled. This is my equipment overview of main and shadow equipments. First of all, Kafra's attack interval can be reduced by up to 60% thanks to her core level 4, and that max cooldown should be achieved if possible. That's why it's important to use some cooldown gears. For offhand, I recommend you to use Sins of the Living plus 15 to get 15% cooldown reduction. Otherwise, you can use Divine Revelation for more damage or Demon Hunter's Trophy for more ignore magic defense. Try to get high Insight and Cha in your offhand. For offhand card, you can use Alista, Torsol, or following card. For armor, I currently use Dream Eater's Disguise to boost both my element damage and ignore magic defense. Alternatively, you can use Soul Cage, Divine Guidance, or Demon Hunter's Determination. Try to get Cast Ink 304 or High In or Luck. For cards, you can use following card. For Garband, I choose Classical Robe to boost both my ignore magic defense and skill damage with Arcane as Enchant. Zenobia, Moonwolf, or following card can be used in Garband to boost your damage. I use these shoes to boost both my magic attack and penetration. Alternatively, you can use Tristan's Grace or Fair Judgment. Try to get high Arcane as Enchant. For shoe card, you can use Swordman Senia, King of Assassination card, or low budget alternatives such as Familiar Star card. For accessories, you can use Red Rose to boost your magic attack, Ring of Radiance for magic attack and ignore magic defense, or a Sage Duty for magic penetration and ignore magic defense. Since I prefer to use fire build, I choose to use Heart of Molten Fire to improve my fire element. You need to get Anti-Mage 304 for your enchant to boost your magic penetration. Moonlight Tendry Star is a nice option for accessories. If you can get Devil Governor or Witch card, use them. Thunder Meteor Hammer is Kafra's inclusive weapon, allowing you to have high magic attack based on its refinement. In addition, every refine gives you 2% ignore magic defense, and that's very helpful for Kafra, especially since normally you wouldn't use ignore magic defense offhand and would have less ignore magic defense in general. The weapon tier 5 effect is also very nice, increasing your final damage reduction if you stand still, and increasing your final damage while moving. Try to get casting or high strength in and luck in your weapon enchant. For cards, you can either use double Shell Shepherd Star cards or Shell Shepherd Star card in combination with damage related card such as Abysmal Knight Star card. For headgear, Music of Soul is the best one against large monsters. Alternatively, you can use following headgear. Try to get high strength, int or luck in your enchant. For cards, you can use following card or any magic penetration or magic damage related cards. Currently, I use Delicate Snowflake to boost my skill damage. Other face headgear that are useful are as follows. For enchant, you can go with Insight 3 or 4. Ocean's Attachment is one of the best move headgear for PVE. You need to get at least +6 to maximize the damage bonus from this one. You can use Lightfoot, Honey Bunny, or any magic penetration or magic damage related move headgear alternatively. Luck is the best enchant for this one. For back, I use Encomias to improve my magic crit rate. Otherwise, you can use damage related back headgear such as following. For enchant, you can go with Insight 3 or 4. For tail, you can use any damage related tail headgear such as It's Too Late, Rock Bunny, or Beautiful Ensemble. Take note that Kafra can only have maximum of 130 movement speed while using rotating stage, which makes It's Too Late giving only 6 skill damage at max. Try to get Arcane as high as possible to boost your damage. For shadow equipments, you can use following equipments. The enchant should be the same like the one for main equipments. For offhand, I recommend you to use Arcane Codex to reduce your skill cooldown. Alternatively, you can use Creeper Agreement in case you don't have enough ignore magic defense. After next patch, you can use Tiber's Binding Rope, which I also recommend for shadow equipment. Otherwise, you can use this armor or one of the followings. For garment, I choose Divine Feather Clothes to improve my ignore magic defense and skill damage. As for now, I use Saint Mary's because the shoes are good shoes overall for both physical and magic user. After next update, I am going to choose Arcane Traits to get the set effects of 5% cooldown reduction. For accessories, I recommend you to use either Tiber's Hand or one of the followings. For the attack mirror, you can use either Bilge's Hammer or following. For the defense mirror, you can use anything you desire. For the relic, I recommend you to use Horn of the Unyielding for better survivability, or Load of Fame to boost your damage through magic penetration and higher element coefficient. In the following, you can see my recommendation of all equipment memory for this build. For the attribute runes, you can put yours as shown below. For the advanced runes, you should prioritize to get all runes with second lines to get max core level. Encapsulation Retention rune improves her damage against target that is hitting with delivery exception. Superficial Taste Without Depth rune reduces the cooldown of Take a Small Taste by up to 20%. Mission Accomplished rune allows teammate with Whoosh Kafra Strike buff to get an additional max HP and SP. Custom Service rune adds an extra penetration and magic penetration to the skill Professional Alignment, which also benefits both physical and magic users. Final Performance Offering rune allows you to get an additional abnormal and force status resistance while in overloaded state. Prelude Dance Curtain improves your Tooth of War in both damage and heals by up to 50%. For Arcane runes, I recommend you to use following runes. Use White Blade rune to boost your damage against solo enemy. Transmission rune can improve your damage against targets that are more than 6 meters away. And for your third arcane rune, you can choose Cunning Rune for better survivability, or Disaster Rune for instances like Airship and Tower of level 5. Take note that Shield from War Preparedness rune won't be triggered by Kafra's Tooth of War. For Aesir runes, you can like on all the rune points with guild contributions. In the following, you can see all attributes you can get from Aesir runes. Prioritize to get important related attributes such as magic damage, ignore magic defense, and magic penetration. For damage tests on Poneb Museum and Lost Isle Legend, you can watch my previous video. In the following, you can see all the list of pro and contra of using Kafra for PVE. That's it. That was my PVE build of recent hero class of Rogue, Kafra. In my opinion, this class is definitely worth it to try and can compete with some of PVE classes. The key to optimize this class is to max out her cooldown reduction. In the following, you can see how you can do it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Feel free to ask and give comments. Also, let me know if you have any recommendation which videos I could make. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. See you soon, your FLyTuT.